internet, and welcome to day 15 of Once Upon a December. I can't believe we are halfway through the month already. It is crazy how fast time is going. I almost thought I was not going to vlog today because it has felt like a pretty hectic day, but Buzz is down for a nap and I'm going to be doing some crafting sort of work, so I thought I could do a little bit of chatting and catch you up with everything. It was not hectic, but did require a lot of planning every time we go out. Hopefully the audio is still good even if I'm not facing the camera. Every time we go out, and especially if Bubs is going to be coming out, it takes quite a bit of like planning and preempting. I know a lot of parents probably get this, that you just want to align the naps accordingly and the wake windows just to optimize the chances that there won't be a meltdown. Because often when I see like children in public and they're like having a meltdown, I don't really know what caused it, especially before I had a child. Now I suspect it's children who are either hungry or overtired or uncomfortable in some way, right? I'm sure there's many other reasons as well, but for my child those are the main reasons. So it was a little bit more stressful than most mornings to try and just make sure that the windows align, because I went out to see Valerie today for brunch. So back when I started vlogging, I used to be part of a, like, I guess a little group, informal group called Melbourne Beauty Bloggers, because I used to be a beauty blogger, and Valerie was the organizer for that group. So a lot of the girls that I know online were ex-beauty bloggers, all based in Melbourne, and that's kinda ish how, it's not really how I met Violet. It's one of the driving forces that brought us together, because we both would go to beauty events together and all that sort of stuff. So Valerie was the organizer, and I have not seen or spoken to Valerie in literally years. Still follow each other on Instagram, we still interact on Instagram, but yeah, we just haven't really spoken to each other. And then when I announced, or actually when she announced that she was pregnant, I was like, oh my goodness, because I was trying at the time. So I was like, oh man, I'm so happy for her, and I'm gonna definitely follow her journey, because I love following people online who have babies and children. It helps me prepare for what's coming up, but also I feel less alone in my journey. So I started following her, and then fortunately a few months later I fell pregnant, but I didn't say anything, and I can't tell. I'm just gonna keep talking, and then if I have to cut this short and then stitch it up later, then that's what's gonna happen. Yeah, so when I announced my pregnancy, which I think I pretty much announced my pregnancy after I delivered. So once Bubs was here, I announced that I had a baby, and a lot of people in my circle were quite surprised, because I had not told anyone I was pregnant during the time. I told very few people, and also it was kind of like widely known in my friendship circle that I didn't want children. I think I go into all of this in my 4th trimester video, which I'm going to upload probably in sometime in January or February. But yes, widely known that I was somebody who didn't want to have kids, and then to announce that I had a kid took a lot of people by surprise. So she messaged me, and it was really nice to just sort of talk to her, and so we thought we'd meet up finally. This was the first time I have left the house alone with my baby, because I always leave either with a family member, but most often with Tobias. But I really knew that I'd have to try and figure out how to leave the house alone with Bubs as well, because I can't always have people helping me out. And so this was like kind of the first time, and it was a really good one, because Val just recently had her own baby. They're like 6 months apart. It was really like, she just was so understanding of everything, the crying, the whinging, everything. It was like completely great first outing. So yes, very happy about that. So that was this morning. Bubs unfortunately did not sleep well. Okay, I think he's gone back to sleep. Did not sleep well, so he was so exhausted, so he kind of just ended up resting on me in the restaurant, and then walked around, and then he managed to sleep a little bit. But yeah, that was basically my morning. Came back, he had a nice long nap, and then went over to see some family, and now back and having a nap, and so I can focus on working on orders. I think, what have I been doing today? Mostly just being a mum, but I've been trying to do a little bit of cleaning, because there's like this whole, we can kind of see a little bit of like my travel packing that I need to pack up from my trip, and there's a whole bunch of stuff over there that needs to be cleaned and packed away. But I've been working on orders. I'm not going to get all the orders done today, there's just too many, but I am hopefully making a good strong dent. Every time, I don't know, for me, getting orders out is probably like priority number one for the shop. Though I do try to, I do try to chunk up the work, so it's not like in the morning I do orders and then in the afternoon I do design. Like I try to designate specific days just for doing orders and specific days just for designing, because I think doing it that way actually really helps with focus. And that's just like a very known productivity sort of, not trick, just a fact, I suppose. Especially, so I'm just checking the sticks, make sure they're okay. In the day job that I do, I'm very much focused on productivity. Like, it's so weird. I love watching productivity gurus online. I just find it really interesting because it ties into like planning and organizing and everything like that. And it's like, I don't know, like I'm an idiot. My whole job, my day job is based on productivity, getting the most out of the teams that I manage, and optimizing the way we work and the flows and the processes. That is my whole job. And I was like, I see a relationship here. I see some correlation between my day job and what I actually like to do outside of work. So I have been thinking a lot about how I can marry up the two somehow, whether that's like more content creation around productivity, or potentially, yeah, I was thinking I might do blog posts first. It's kind of like a easy entry. Man, I hope the sticker's okay. Kind of an easy entry, but at the same time I'm like, well, why not videos? I love creating videos. I think I just wouldn't have the headspace or the capacity to edit, and I'd want to have a nicer setup. I feel like I don't really have a nice filming setup anymore. Like, well, I guess behind me is probably gonna have to be it, but I don't know, it feels very like homely, my setup, whereas I'd want something a little bit more structured, and that would take a little bit of time to organize. So I figured blog posts might work better. But it's just so crazy how the thing that I am inherently interested in is actually very, very strongly related to my job. In fact, like my whole KPI is based off, KPI being like how my performance is measured, is really based on the output of the teams that I manage and how good their output is. So it really is about productivity. So I'd love to actually not transition, because I am kind of, I am in that, but like my side hustle stuff, I'd love to somehow transition into that field. And I don't know what that is yet. I know that I just love talking about it. I love talking about finance as well, I'm not gonna lie. And yeah, I have to think about how that is going to manifest itself. But for now, I really love doing stickers because it actually is kind of related to productivity. I use stickers predominantly to plan. I've been trying to optimize how I use my planners and figuring out how I can design my stickers to help with that and make it cute, for more like, I guess, making things more decorative, more from a mental health perspective. So it does calm me, it makes me feel good. But then being organized is also a feel-good thing, right? So, sorry, I'm getting really rambly at the moment. But I'm just excited because I feel like the vision in my head for what I want to do, like, I like my job and I want to keep doing my job, but like, how do I build on it and do more and just get more excited and not stagnate? I think that's also the concern I have. I don't want to like stagnate and not be excited for my job anymore, whether that's like the so-called day job or my side hustle. But if I could somehow bring the two of them together, I think that would be like the ultimate. And I think that's what I'm going to make celinalee.com all about. So I've had the domain, which is basically my full name, for years and years now, but I've been very unsure about what content to put on that website, because I feel like when I create a brand that is using my actual name, that is going to be the brand that defines me. And I kind of want it to be something that I know for sure I'm very passionate about. And I know that I am very passionate about productivity, organization, but I also know that I really love finance, like investing and stuff like that. It's a big passion of mine. But I don't actually feel like qualified to talk about finance online, and I think there is a big risk especially there's a lot of finance related YouTubers. I do think that nowadays there's a big risk of people like taking that advice verbatim and not doing the proper research. I mean, what is it, FT something? It was that like crypto exchange platform that went down, and then all those like financial gurus that had been sponsored by them. I mean, I don't even know why they would get sponsored by them. Like, why would you accept sponsorship from anyone who is able to guarantee or promise or whatever earnings that are higher than the base interest rate of the country? Like, you need to question how are they able to guarantee, because there is no guarantee, okay? There's death and there's taxes. Those are the guarantees in life. So if someone is promising you more money than the interest rate of your country, that is not a guarantee, and there is a good chance you are being scammed, or it's going to be just pure luck, or you're going to lose money. So I just wish that like I could communicate that to people. Anyway, going off a total tangent, it is surprising to me how easy it is for a lot of people to, like, I think I was on a phone call with one of my co-workers the other day because he was looking for a bit of advice on how to get started in investing, and he said it just seems like so easy to make a lot of money. And I was like, I need you to listen to me. It's not, there are ways in life to make a lot of money quickly, and I'm not going to say that it's impossible, but you are incurring a huge amount of risk if that's the approach you're going to take with investing. For me, I'm not a high risk taker, so I prefer to go down the tried and true route, but there are just some things to use your common sense for. And I would not consider the stock market an easy, quick way to make a lot of money. It can be, and it's also a quick and easy way to lose a lot of money. So anyways, totally digressing here. But despite my more conservative approach to finances, I still don't, like, because I'm not qualified, and I know you don't necessarily have to be qualified. The only people I'd really care to be qualified of who I work with is probably medical people. Like, I do not want someone without a medical license and going through med school to operate on me. But I don't feel good about it, and I don't feel like, unless I am properly qualified, I feel like I'm just like another person on the internet giving you financial advice, and I don't want to do that. I think it's too sensitive. So that's why and it's not my bread and butter. Like, I don't work in finance, I work in technology. So I feel like that makes more sense. Oh my gosh, I am rambling so much. I don't know whether, I'm not sure what to do now. Okay, I finished cutting these stickers. So this is for one of the orders that I'm about to put together. I'm gonna finish putting these sticker orders together. And then, this evening we're going grocery shopping. I'm not sure if I'm gonna vlog that, but we'll see how we go. Good morning, it is the next day. I realized that I did not vlog very much yesterday at all. It ended up feeling pretty busy. I think I got some stuff done. I just cannot even remember what I was doing. I just know that they didn't really come up as an opportunity to vlog. But we did do our groceries, which is really nice to get that done. We do grocery shop once a week, and we just try to find a window that makes sense. And we always go together as a family, because it can get very overwhelming when just one person goes. But also it's kind of like, it's always been our mandatory family outing, which sounds so boring, but especially during lockdown, it was like the only time we would leave the house. So in a sense, it's still kind of a thing we always do together. So yes, did that. And then I think Tobias and I were just exhausted. And I was editing the vlog. Yes, I finally uploaded vlog Once Upon a December day 5 to 10. And the next few vlogs I've just loaded onto my computer. So they're kind of like, there's like day 11, and then 12 and 13 are together, day 14 are together, and then I think 15, 16 might be together, maybe 17. I'm not quite sure. I really just kind of go with what feels right. Close off a vlog when it feels right, and then keep going if it doesn't. I don't know. There's just no set plan. But I'm thinking, I've got so much I want to do today. That's like every single day I'm like, oh my gosh, how did I have so much time before having a kid and still, okay, Toby's is working from home today, so I assume it was something that he did upstairs that he dropped. Because sometimes it's just me and Bubs, and I'm like, I get really freaked out if I hear sound. I'm like, oh no, because it's like I have to protect both of us now, and I'm not good at protecting myself. Yeah, sorry. So yeah, I just don't know how I didn't get more things done when I didn't have a kid, because I had so much time to do so many things, and yet I feel like I barely did anything, and now I feel like I'm doing a similar amount, but I have much less time. I don't know. So I have orders to do. I'm gonna cut some stickers. That's why I wanted to vlog now, because I realized last time when I was video chatting with you guys, like vlogging, and I was cutting stickers in the background, it was kind of distracting. So I'm going to set the cutters on after I finish this little monologue. And as I'm doing that, I'm probably going to be editing the vlogs as well. Just want to kind of play catch up a little bit so I can get them out of the way. Although I did just upload yesterday, so I feel like I can probably give myself a day of grace or something like that. And I've been trying to upload on Fables in Fashion once every 2 weeks. I've pre-filmed a bunch of videos for that channel like before I delivered, so I'm still actually burning through those videos, which is really nice. I'm glad I did that. And I also need to film some Planner Channel stuff, because I've got Zenplot and Inkle Crate have arrived, and I do want to film their unboxing ASAP, but I can't do that from cutting stickers. See the bind I'm in? Yeah, okay, well, I'll figure out what to do, but today is going to be a tighter day. I think I will try and get the orders done first, because when Bubbies wakes up, we might actually head down to the post office so I can drop off some of those orders, because those are more time critical. And then this afternoon, we're going to go to take pictures with Santa. I'm still not quite sure where I stand on Santa and like children, because I believed in Santa until I was like 6 or 7, and then I realized that Santa's handwriting is the exact same handwriting that my dad has, and that's how I discovered Santa wasn't real. But I've never been like a big fan of creating, like, I don't know, to be honest. Sounds bad. Santa creeps me out. Like, an elderly man coming into your house privately to leave presents for children just feels really like, it makes me uncomfortable. And so I'm not quite sure how I'm going to broach that subject with my own child, or whether let him believe in Santa or just pretend that I'll just pretend that it's just a character, just like all the TV shows characters that online. I'll be like, Santa's just basically a character. Maybe, I don't know. Then he's gonna go to school and tell the other kids Santa's not real, and I'm gonna be that parent. So not thought it through. But yeah, we're gonna take pictures. I never wanted to do this ever in the past, because I always found it strange. But then I thought, you know, I probably won't do it every year, if ever again. But I think it would be kind of cool for his first Christmas to have this like picture with Santa. And like Toby and I have not dressed up in literally years now, so it would be nice to actually get dressed up, put on some makeup, nice clothes. I've straightened my hair last night, so hopefully it stays semi-presentable, and that'd be really nice. And then in the evening, I think my cousin's coming over. Well, we're all gathering at my parents' house, so we're gonna have dinner. So I'm obviously not gonna vlog that. My family's not an online family, so I don't know how the vlog will end, but I'll vlog what makes sense. We are out, and we are trying to find parking to finally take those Santa family outfits. I was really worried. Couldn't find the confirmation booking at all in my email, and I was like freaking out that I may not have actually booked it. So I had to call them up, and it turns out I have booked it, so it's all good. So we can get our photos today, which I'm really excited for. I was supposed to bring like a headband. I bought like a ton of different headbands to bring, and I think because I was just so rushed, because just making sure that Bubs was supposed to nap but didn't, so now it's probably overtired, so it's going to be one of those pictures where the baby cries, which is fine. It's the memories. But yeah, I forgot the headband, so that sucks, but oh well. We made it, and it's super cute. There's the puppy and the black cat. Good afternoon, internet. It is the next day. Didn't do much more vlogging. I don't even actually remember the last time I vlogged. I know it was yesterday, but I don't know what I actually vlogged. I think, oh, Santa photos. Yes, we did end up taking the Santa photos. Oh my God, it was so stressful. I don't know if I mentioned it, but the stressful part was I didn't actually end up getting an order confirmation when I booked the session. So when Tobias was like, where in the shopping center is it? I was like, oh, it'll probably be on the order confirmation email. Searched in my email, couldn't find it. I ended up calling the company and they reissued me another one, but they didn't send it to the right address because I think they must have misheard me. I spelled the address out to them and he made a comment about how, oh, that's a really cool address that you have, which it is, Suzaku. But then I still didn't get an order confirmation email after that. So a little stressful, but by the time we got there, it was fine. Like they were able to find me on the system. It was all good in the end. We got our photos and we were the only people that actually dressed up for the photos. And so when we were there, a lot of the other parents were like, first time here, first time parents. And I'm like, is it that obvious? I guess because everyone was just in their normal wear and they didn't seem as, I don't know. But I'm like, if you're gonna pay that much money like for Santa photos, it just seems like not much effort to get a little bit dressed up. So we were all kind of matching and very Christmassy and festive. I mean, I don't know if we would do them again. Maybe if Bubs asked to do them. This was really more because it was the first time, his first Christmas. It was just kind of a fun thing to do. But if we did, I would still get dressed up because maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me because I do love the, sorry if it keeps going out. This is G7X. It keeps going out of focus and I find it really annoying. And so I've been thinking of changing it to a Sony camera because the Sonys have better autofocus, but in terms of functionality and just ease of use, I find the Canon's much easier to use and I find the quality on the phone not as good. So that's why we are still using Canon. And the G7X III is really bad. So that's why I stick with this one. But yeah, I would still get dressed up, but maybe it's because I'm like into cosplay. So I kind of generally like getting dressed up and putting makeup on and just that whole thing. I mean, I'm considering cosplaying Wednesday, even though I don't know at what point in my schedule in the day that's gonna happen, but I'm obsessed with her makeup right now. So maybe I'll just keep doing, I tried doing, my makeup's a little different than usual. I didn't do like liquid liner. I just kind of smudged my liner, but I still feel like it looks the same. But maybe I'll just have fun doing the makeup of characters I want to cosplay instead of actually cosplaying them. But at the moment I am preparing dinner. I'm just cutting some tomatoes. We're cooking pasta tonight. I don't think we've actually cooked a proper dinner in December since it started, which is kind of crazy because it's already halfway through. It's more than halfway through. I think today's the 17th. But I think we've just been like really busy. I think it's just been kind of go. Or if we've cooked anything, I haven't vlogged it, that's for sure. I'm pretty sure we've cooked something. That seems kind of long time not to have cooked anything. But I'm just chopping up the tomatoes. And then, yeah, it's like it's a Tuscan chicken pasta. I saw it online. A YouTuber was making it and I'm like, I love creamy pastas. It's kind of like one of my favorite pastas to make. So I like getting the chance to cook them because we don't usually cook creamy pastas. Tobias is not a fan of having things that are high fats, high saturated fats or anything. He's much healthier than I am. Really focuses on his health way more, so we know who's gonna live longer. So when I get an opportunity, I'm like, let's jump on it. I really want to make this. I'm really in the mood for it, and he will occasionally be okay with it. So almost done with the tomatoes. I already marinated the chicken. We kind of are pretty good team players when it comes to most things in life, now that I think about it. Tobias will be the one that cuts most of the meats, because I don't know, I just feel like I'm not comfortable with cutting meats. I had this really weird breakdown during my pregnancy where I was supposed to peel a bunch of prawns, and I couldn't bring myself to do it because in my mind they were still alive. And so I started crying because I was too scared to peel them, so Tobias had to peel them. So he takes care of the meat and I chop everything else, and I'm basically like kitchen hand. And then he'll do things that have to do with heat. Even though I've started learning how to be more comfortable around heat, but I think I have this fear of burning myself, so I'm always like really scared. Anyways, tomatoes are done. And this is the end result. Itadakimasu.
Itadakimasu.
And then this is for dessert. There's a really nice fruit platter that we picked up.
Looks like a feast.
I know, but usually we have ice cream, and so I'm actually more excited for this.
I'm actually more excited for this too.
It's so good. And we finally have a starflower tree. It's we were hoping to get something like we had something very specific in mind, but we couldn't find anything like it, so we may actually have to make it one day. It just kind of suits. It's not anything special, but it kind of completes the tree. So I am currently finishing off this video. Oh my god, I kind of like my hair in this video, and it's not actually that long. It just comes down to just around under my shoulders, whereas my hair is quite a bit longer now because I filmed this a few months back. And I'm wondering, I've actually got a haircut scheduled in February, so I'm actually wondering if I should get it cut this length again. I don't know, I go back and forth. Sometimes I want really long hair, but then I remember how annoying it is to manage, and then I want like really short hair, like up to here. I really loved my hair then, but it was also difficult to manage in the sense I couldn't tie it up anymore, and Bubs keeps grabbing my hair. So maybe this length or something where I can, it's like short but I can still tie it up. Yeah, I don't know, just the grass always seems greener. But I've been on a really good video roll this week, so this is probably the last video for this week that I'm going to be uploading. You can see here, this is my planner for the week, my Hobonichi weeks I'm working out of, and we are on day 17 today, so that's happening. And today, vlog day 11 is going up. This is kind of how I mark everything. And Instagram for Hobonichi weeks has gone up. And also we bathed Bubs. And we had the CPR class this morning. Tomorrow we have family birthday dinner because I had my birthday and my dad's birthday is coming up too. And I'm uploading the Colourpop haul, which is the one I just showed you. But you can see I uploaded the once 5 to 10 vlog, and then I did a planner travel vlog here, and then a planner travel Instagram. So I feel like I've been pretty active, which I'm low-key kind of proud of. So it's just, my videos are pretty simple, I will say, but I am feeling pretty productive. Good morning, internet. It is day 18 of Once More to December, and it is going to be a pretty chill day today. I think we may go out to do a little bit of errand running, but obviously that's all up to Bubs and what his schedule is like. We do have a gaming session with Violet and Jimmy this afternoon. Usually Sunday afternoons is gaming with Violet and Jimmy, and then this evening I'm going over to my parents' house to celebrate, I guess, my birthday. Well, family birthday. December is a really busy time for our family. There's a lot of people who have birthdays, so we tend to gather a little bit more often. But I wanted to try one of these. How cool are these? They're just Kit Kats, but it's already celebrating the Lunar New Year, because Lunar New Year I think is 22nd of Jan. It's actually coming up pretty fast, a little over a month now, and I'm excited because last year we started celebrating with Violet and Jimmy. They came over and we had a reunion dinner, well, I guess lunch. And so I'm excited to try something similar again, especially now that Bubs is here. It will be officially his first Lunar New Year with us, whereas last year we celebrated, but I was still pregnant. So I guess he was there as well, but I was very restricted on the sort of food I could eat, whereas now I can eat whatever I want. So anyways, I thought these were really, really cute, and now I'm just reminding myself I need to get a meal plan ready. I actually need to get a meal plan ready for Christmas, and I need to do the same for Lunar New Year. So let's just see what these bunnies are. I think this bunny is already broken. Its ears had broken off, but it's literally just what is it, like wafer pieces, so nothing too special, but I'm still gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna eat my words, but last night was the first night that Papa actually slept almost through. Well, not the first. He's actually done that when he was pretty much since he was about 4 weeks old to 12 weeks, and then I don't know, about month 3 something happened and he's just constantly waking up in the middle of the night. But tonight was the first night, so it's been 3 months now where he actually almost slept through, and I have never felt so good. So he's going down for a nap now. Tobias is putting him down for a nap just before he goes to work, and I thought, oh my gosh, I can actually have a really, like, I can have a breakfast. So I am making avocado and toast with fried eggs, which is right now my favorite breakfast. It's pretty healthy, and it has all these healthy fats, healthy grains, so I'm so excited. This is my breakfast. I unfortunately broke the yolk for this one, but it doesn't matter, it's still going to taste delicious. Sorry, I feel like all I'm vlogging today is food, but that is literally what I'm doing on my breaks at the moment, besides doing orders, which I finished all my orders for today, so I'm going to be dispatching them this afternoon. But Bubs has gone down for a nap. Tobias has left for a work meeting, lunch, I'm not sure. And so I'm flying solo today. I am going to be eating this. This is what we made last night. This is the sweet potatoes, asparagus, and salmon. And I made a ton of gravy. It doesn't look super appealing here, but it actually tastes really good, and it was weirdly really easy to make. I'm just experimenting with different recipes so that come Christmas time when Val and Jimmy here, I'll be able to hopefully with ease make a few more dishes. So yeah, the gravy turned out really good, just probably needs a little bit of salt, but other than that it's really great. So I'm gonna heat this up, mix this, put some of this in, and then have my lunch.